Squad assessment time. Let's try and undo some of the damage that Giuntoli has caused to this Juventus squad. This is probably one of my favourite videos to make. Just sit down. Who am I keeping? Who am I letting go? And who am I giving one more chance? Just one more chance to try and prove themselves. Now, before everything, if you're new, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit the like. Listen, Juventus family, you guys are always there for me. You guys always smash the likes. Let's get started. The defense. I've got a few controversial ones, okay? Defense. I'm keeping / to start Bremer, Cambiasso. Bremer speaks for himself. One of the best centre-halves in the Serie A. Juventus' best centre-half. The leader, the commander, the warrior. Okay? Cambiasso, 50-50, I'll be honest with you guys. Like, Mr. Consistent has turned into Mr. Inconsistent. He's talented, man. I'll be honest with you guys. Like, technically, he's gifted. Offensively, he helps the team a lot. I sympathize with him. I feel like this season, he's had to play all over the park. Like, people forget. Start of the season, he was playing right back. I think it was for like 2-3 games. And then he was having to invert from the right-hand side. And then, was it against Hellas Verona or Como at the start of the season? Like, he was even playing on the right wing. Cambiasso has played all over the park. One day he's inverting, one day he's playing out wide, then the other day he's playing as a centre-back, then he has to play as a wing-back. Then the rumours from Manchester City halfway into the season, they've started to play about with his head. They're chopping and changing the managers, they're chopping and changing of systems, they're chopping and changing of formations, they're chopping and changing of principles, everything. But Cambiasso, it's Cambiasso. Cambiasso's a very, very, very good player. I would keep him and I would start him. Now, squad player, Cabal. I like Cabal, I'll be honest, man. It's such a shame he had that injury, but I feel like I'll definitely keep him around next year and try and see if he can force his way back into the team. But he is a talented and he's a good player and I wouldn't let him go. Cabal, Kalulu. He's good. I felt like he had a very, very, very good start to the season. Then he began to fade away. You began to see some mistakes. With Kalulu, I don't see enough quality for him to be an out-and-out starter for Juventus. I think he's a good rotational piece, but I look at his inability to win duels in the air, his inability to play out of the back, his inability to play under pressure. All of these things, maybe I've just got too high standards, yeah, and maybe it's because of the Juventus teams that I've watched growing up. But with Kalulu, I would definitely keep him as a squad rotational piece. It helps. He's versatile. He can play right back. He can play right-sided centre-half. He can just play as a normal centre-half. He can play in the centre. He's of the right age. He's of the right profile. But I feel like Juventus should definitely target another marquee, more impactful, more penetrative centre-half. Alberto Costa, once again, up and down, but I really, really, really liked what I've seen of him lately. But I'll give him another crack. I'll give him another season. Squad player, rotational piece, Di Gregorio. This one is wild because I actually think he's had a very, very, very good campaign, like Di Gregorio. Oh, I'm going to get absolutely butchered in the comments for this one. There's just something about Di Gregorio that makes me not trust him as much as I should. I don't know how to break it down, bro. It's so difficult to break down. He's a good goalkeeper. I think he was Serie A goalkeeper of the year last year at Monza, or I think he was Monza's player of the season. He is a good goalkeeper. He came in a little bit rough, but listen, he's grown. He's shown leadership. He's shown mentality. He's saved Juventus at times this season, but there's just still something about him where I look at him and I'm like, I don't feel like I can trust you 10 out of 10, 100%. I think his distribution as playing out of the back isn't the best. But once again, I sympathise. The system, the chopping and changing. The fact that a lot of players at Juventus currently playing out of the back are not the best. He's forced to go long. Is he the best at commanding his box? For me, this is going to sound so disrespectful. He's coming across like a goalkeeper that's like a jack of all trades, but a master of none. But he's like a 6, like a 6.5, a 7 out of 10 out of every single one of them. I just feel like I'm being harsh. But for me, it's crazy to say a goalkeeper is a squad player. Unless Juventus can go out and get a top keeper. I don't know, maybe like somebody like Donnarumma. Di Gregorio, I'm more than happy to see him start. But there's just something, bro. This is going to sound crazy. You see that little period when Perrin was playing in the Champions League? I just trusted Perrin a little bit more. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting old and it's I don't know. To sell Savona, if it's true that Manchester City are looking to offer 35 million for Savona, bro, I live in the UK. I am booking a flight to Turin and then I am driving him to the airport. Yeah, listen, there might be promise, there might be potential. 35 million for Savona, bro, you take it and you keep your mouth shut. Okay, Gatti, another controversial one. He's good. I felt like he's had a relatively good campaign. But there's a peak to Gatti in it. I don't think he can get any better than this. And if this is the best that he can offer, once again, like, for a guy as physical as him, sometimes he gets beat in the air. I feel like technically he's very poor. Playing out of the back, he's in the best. He doesn't really have the composure. Even defensively, you can get the beating of him. Like, is he Bremer quality? No. Is he one level below Bremer? No. Is he 2 levels below Bremer? No, he's like 5. Because of that, I would probably cash in on him, especially if Napoli want him. And then Kelly, obligation to buy. Bro, I'm all for fraud in football. I know fraud exists in football. I would find a way to sell this guy in the summer. He's done well. He's been the scapegoat. Long-term wise, I just don't think he's that good. Okay? Now let's get on to midfield. Who starts? Locatelli, Thuram. I just feel like both of them have had amazing campaigns. They've had their good days. They've had their bad days. They've had their mediocre days in it. Thuram, he's been amazing. Okay? Like, he's been, like, if anything, I feel like so many times this season, Thuram has been held back because he's been forced to like play so much more deeper to provide that, like, he has to provide that physical part of the game that Locatelli lacks. So it's like, in the back of his head, he knows I can't commit as high as possible because if Juventus do get found out, Locatelli doesn't have the running power, doesn't have the physicality to put out any fires, to stop any transitions. Like, these are all psychological things in the players' heads. Thuram, for me, you put him in the right team, in the right system, where he's got a bit more license to join the attack, express himself in the final third, you will see a different side to him next season. Thuram starts, Locatelli. I just love Locatelli's game. Yes, he's a bit timid. Yes, physically you can get the beating of him. Yes, he can be error prone. What Locatelli does on the ball, nobody in Juventus can do. Yeah, the way he can just dictate the tempo, the passes. Like, I'll be real. Watch Locatelli and you watch a different side to the game. Yes, this season, I feel like he's been a bit more consistent than as of late. He's still got errors in his game. But once again, I sympathize with him because he's a guy that, even on the Tudor, watch the next time Juventus play. He plays in line with the centre-half because the centre-halves can't play out of the back. Like, he's playing all over the place just to accommodate other players that have a poor technical level. Locatelli, for me, I would start. Squad players, Adzik, you don't let go of that talent. Douglas Luiz. Now, I've also got Sell, Koopmeiners, and McKennie. Okay, McKennie, long story short, McKennie is a utility player. One day wing back, one day right winger, one day midfield, one day centre half, one day left back, one day false 9. Utility players are good, but they're utility players for a reason. Because, let's just say, similar to Di Gregorio, a jack of all trades, master of none. If you want to get yourself to the level where you're competing again, you don't need jack of all trades, master of none. If anything, get yourself a jack of all trades, master of all. And that is not McKennie, okay? I just feel like wherever you put him, it gives you 100%, but you're never going to get more than the 7 out of 10. Like, you're never going to get the 8, the 9, the 10. And Juventus should aspire to have players in positions where they can give you the 8, the 9, the 10. I just feel like because of his age, like, Juventus can make some money from selling Weston McKennie. Now, the Douglas Luiz, the Koopmeiners one. In my opinion, they were the 2 marquee signings under Giuntoli. And I feel like because of their age, because of the fact that they've gone for a lot of money and they've only been at Juventus for a year, they will have admirers. They will have buyers. I think it's too risky going into next season with 2 players that have stank it out this season. I just think it's too risky. Especially when you bear in mind they're both midfielders and you're going to be somehow forced to play them. Going into next season, playing 2 players that have stank it out this season, that have shown mentally they're not of the right level, physically, technically, it's too much of a risk. I would definitely try and recoup some of the money that was spent on one of them. Okay? Now, it all depends on which way you look at it. Some might say keep Koopmeiners based on what he'd done at Atalanta, the goal scoring, the playmaking. It's just been a poor campaign. It didn't work on the Motta. It didn't work on the Tudor. Okay? Some might say keep Douglas Luiz. In my opinion, Douglas Luiz is a good player. Okay? I've had the luxury of watching this guy in the Premier League for 4-5 seasons under Aston Villa. And when I tell you guys, this guy is a good... Like, I can't believe I'm here spreading Douglas Luiz prop, okay? But he is a good player, bro. What he done in that Aston Villa shirt, it had Arsenal, Manchester City, Pep Guardiola wanting him. It's got currently Newcastle, Nottingham Forest, all of these teams in the Premier League, they want him. And they want him for a reason. Now, it hasn't worked out. I feel like mentally, he hasn't really adjusted and adapted from making that big step from Aston Villa to Juventus. Like, no offense to Aston Villa, the Juventus shirt, it's heavier, okay? The demands, the expectations, the standards. This is not Aston Villa, bro. Secondly, this is not the Premier League, bro. This is Calcio. This is Serie A, okay? So I need you to step up. I need you to lock in. I just think this dude, when he locks in, if he adapts, bro, the technical levels and the physical levels, this dude, I swear, if it works out for him next season, everyone will look at him and be like, wow. Like, wow, but this dude can break play. He can progress play. He can carry the ball. He can score goals. Like, he is a good player. So if I had to take the risk and keep one of them, I'm letting go of Koopmeiners and I'm keeping Douglas Luiz. Okay, so yeah, McKennie is explained. That's what I would do with midfield. Now, when it comes to the attack is so simple. Yeah, starter Kenan Yildiz. He is the face of Juventus. He is the face of the new project. Stardust. Yeah, literally stardust. Yeah, this kid is amazing. He can play, making score goals. He helps the team so much off the ball. This dude is a starter, squad player, and Bangula. I like this guy. I don't know. Maybe I've got like a soft spot for him. I like Mbangala. I really do. I just think this kid is cold. I love his mentality. I love the fact that he just takes it on the chin. Even when he should be starting and he isn't, doesn't complain, he doesn't say anything. When he does come onto the bench, when he does come onto the pitch, even if it's 5 minutes, he will treat those 5 minutes like they're 2 hours, bro. He will give you everything that he has. I feel like he definitely should have played more than he should have. Juventus, in my opinion, will sell him because he is straight profits. But I think this kid deserves to be like a squad player and just continue to do what he's done this season. Start the odd game, come off the bench. You never know, he might even force himself into the starting 11. But knowing Giuntoli, knowing Juventus' board, he is definitely going to be one of the first players to get sold. Who would I sell? Nico Gonzalez. You're not fooling me, bro. That guy ain't good. I said this guy was not good when I made my first YouTube Juventus video. I just don't see it. I'm sorry. Any player that's tunnel vision, I can never ever rate. Nico Gonzalez, no. Timothy Weah, similar to McKennie. He's a utility player. I wouldn't even say he's a jack of all trades. Bro, like, Timothy Weah, he's good, but he's not that good. Okay, so I would let him go. Milik, self-explanatory. And then Dusan Vlahovic. Nah, look. It just hasn't worked out. I'll be honest with you guys. Like, everybody said he was living in Allegri's shadow. It wasn't working out. It was the pragmatic football. Motta comes in. I think you could see it was crystal clear from day one. They never ever really saw eye to eye, but they were forced to work with one another, especially the fact that Juventus had no other striker. Like, Milik was out. Giuntoli didn't go in and bring somebody that could rotate with Vlahovic. Vlahovic was forced to play. It was a sink or swim situation. And let's just say he sank. Okay? Then they dragged him out of the water. They put him on the bench. He wasn't happy. He's already planning for life outside of Juve. And I feel like Juve are planning for life without Dusan Vlahovic. It hasn't worked out. I still relatively like the player. I think he'll have a very good career. It's just the chapter at Juventus is coming to an end. So he's another player that should be sold. So if we were to look at it, I've only really got 5 players, in my opinion, that should be starting next season. Bremer, Cambiasso, Thuram, Locatelli, and Kenan Yildiz. So that means Giuntoli, you better go out and sign 6 players, bro. Now, I know that's not going to happen. That's why I've got like Di Gregorio. I've got him on like squad player. Got Douglas Luiz. But yeah, Juventus, let's just say, if they want to close the gap between them, Inter, Napoli, if they want to have a better Champions League campaign next season, this squad needs reinforcements. It needs some money. It needs some capital investments. It needs some scouting. They need to get some good players. Because at the moment, they've got 5 guaranteed starters, in my opinion. But those 5 guaranteed starters need players of equal quality, of equal impact, in order for this Juventus team to grow. But now listen, I've been chatting too much. I want to hear you guys type in. I want to see what you guys, who would you keep Who would you sell? On top of everything, why? Why are you keeping him? Why are you selling him? Okay? And I will catch you guys on another one.